My target institution is the Oklahoma Historical Society Research Center. The program created is called Oklahoma Preservation Expo. This presentation will provide description of the program as well as the various plans that were created for it. The Oklahoma Historical Society's mission is to collect, preserve, and share the history and culture of the state of Oklahoma and its people. This program will go to each region of Oklahoma to put on an expo with class sessions devoted to preservation and research. Each attendee will receive training along with a preservation kit to help them get started on their own projects. This will help reach people who have never been to the research center or taken part in preservation before. 32.7% of Oklahomans live in rural areas. Many of those have the limitation of distance when it comes to visiting an institution like this. So to overcome that, this program will take events directly to them, making it more accessible to more Oklahomans. The Research Center will collaborate with various library, archive, and museum institutions across the state who will host the events in their own facilities. There will be 5 events over the course of the year, and they will be hosted in the larger towns that are regularly used for regional events in those areas. Here is a logic model that includes the inputs and resources, constraints, activities, outputs, outcomes, and impact of this program. The program goals and objectives are shown on this page. The first goal is to reach more Oklahomans through this programming and better meet their research needs. The second is to teach Oklahomans the importance of preservation and how they can do it themselves. The first marketing goal is to create partnerships with relevant institutions in the regions and that the events will take place in. The second is to utilize social media to advertise the event to the community members and leaders of each area. Here is an example of an Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter post that we could make. This is a SWOT analysis that was conducted showing the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of the program. To measure success of this event, we will look at attendance and registration numbers, as well as feedback from the attendance surveys distributed after each event. The social media strategy will be to use Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok to help promote the initial event. We will also rely on the host institutions to help determine the best way to market to their own communities, and they will also be asked to post on their own social media to help promote on their end. One of the first steps of getting this program going will be to send a memo to the leadership to gain approval for the program. There will also be a memo sent to the coworkers to help get them on board with the program, but also show how important it can be for Oklahoma. Here you can see media plan goals, which include both short-term and long-term goals. And our media plan audience will be all Oklahomans, as well as the library, archive, and museum institutions who might host the event in their facilities. You can also see here the media list, tools, and messages that will be used. Here you can see the media plan timeline, which includes April 2024 all the way to June of 2025. This is a press release that will be used to kick off the marketing of this program. And this is a social media assessment to look at the Oklahoma Historical Society's social media use, including their Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Here you can see some advocacy plan goals and objectives for this program. Our key messaging is this is a free program for all of Oklahoma to learn to preserve their history and receive the tools and resources needed to continue preserving. The audience will be all Oklahomans and the institutions willing to host the event in their region. These are some of the reasons that it could be important to these audiences. We want Oklahomans to think their history and culture is worthy of preservation for the future, feel they have the ability and resources to take on the act of preservation, use the resources and knowledge they get from this program, and engage with research and preservation moving forward. We want Oklahoma library, archive, and museum institutions to think they and their community will benefit from a relationship with us, feel they can make a difference in their communities by providing this opportunity, and help us grow an appreciation and confidence for the act of preservation throughout Oklahoma. Here are some facts and examples about why preservation is important, as well as our measuring of success. In conclusion, piloting the Oklahoma Preservation Expo will give the Oklahoma Historical Society Research Center a chance to further the reach of their mission by serving more Oklahomans. In order to do this, all of these plans must be utilized.